Hello and welcome back to Inquisitor Martyr. Last time we ended up getting... Nope, didn't want to hit matchmake, there's nobody doing that. We did our Ordo missions, and we ended up maxing out Ordo Hereticus, so everybody's ready to be done. Take your time, Store. Wow, his offerings suck. Yeah, so that's all done. Now we're just gonna pick random missions off the star map. We're not... I think when we hit like 30 or something, it'll finally give us Void Crusades. So we got time. Let's go... We'll do a Purge, because those are always fun. I'll do Tyranids. Man, oh man. If you haven't been following Destiny 2's stuff lately, oh god. Bungie has clearly set themselves up to be a masterclass on what not to do as a company. If you had watched my previous episode where I talked about Destiny and all the shenanigans going on there, specifically about not wanting to over-deliver, it's gonna rear its head again. So, they did their little, hey, this is what to look forward to in our next big DLC kind of announcement, finally. And people are just dunking on them. Because the devs flat out said, oh yeah, so we're not gonna do anything really for Gambit. Which, if you never played, Gambit is a player versus environment mode. Each team is fighting creatures, getting these little tokens. It's like kill confirmed, but you're just doing PvE. And then each team can send an invader to the other side to attack the players to try to get them to lose their tokens. They did an update, kind of upgraded the mode. I believe I haven't touched it in ages. But the devs went, oh yeah, what we're gonna do is we're adding the Shadow Legion as NPCs, which sounds cool until you realize that's just the Cabal faction with different armor. So it's the same faction again. Then, just to make it even more fun, they said, oh yeah, don't worry, we're porting old Gambit maps that didn't get ported over before, like 2 new maps that are just old maps. And that's it. They're really living up to that whole, oh, we don't want to over-deliver. Damn, they're not even delivering at this point. It's unfortunate, but I am absolutely just laughing at this because of how bad and how mismanaged this game is. People, I remember recently, Some Ordinary Gamers, Mudahar, he did a video talking about Destiny. He said, yeah, sometimes you want to get your friends, or he wants to get his friends, but you want to get your friends involved. And the game is essentially, you are paying to be forced to look at a shop. Because to catch up, the cheapest way to catch up right now is like $200 worth of expansions. And people have sat there, you got some people who are like, oh yeah man, Destiny 3 is gonna come out after this. And you got the other people, smart cookies that they are, they're going, so how much are we gonna lose between games? Because that's what happened in the crossover from Destiny 1 to 2. We lost countless exotics, we lost a ton of armor, all the maps, and then it was all sold back to us. Yallarhorn, since Destiny 1 has been sold to players 2 additional times, because they were like, no, you can't use OG Yallarhorn in Rise of Iron. They're like, you have to buy Rise of Iron and then you can get the black Yallarhorn. Is it different? No, it's a skin. But this way they could strong arm you into buying it, because otherwise you had the best gun in the game. Then, in the 30th anniversary, they brought the damn thing back for Destiny 2. Vaxmitha class, they brought that back through DLC and having to do all this stuff when it was a Destiny 1 exotic, the launch raid exotic. So none of it shocks me when Bungie comes out and is just like, oh yeah, we're half-assing another thing. After their last DLC, I would have no faith in them. I don't. I have inverse faith. I have so little hope, I expect failure. And I expect to be proven right in that it's going to be terrible. Because as people point out, they're doing Marathon. How much money do you think has been siphoned from the Destiny Fund to go to Marathon? And even if that game takes a year to come out, we're already well along in the cycle of extraction shooters. How long do you think Marathon's really gonna last? I can guarantee from what I've seen, a good number of the Destiny players aren't going over to Marathon. They felt they got screwed already. They're not gonna go to a new game to get re-screwed. And I don't blame them. People pointed out, and this was very true too, that in the trailer they show Cade 6 because of the characters. He is a fan favorite because he was like the one character they gave a personality to, and that's just because, you know, you have Nathan Fillion. The man naturally brings character to characters and brings a personality. But so they brought him out for Forsaken because the game was floundering, they needed something big, they kill him. Now, the game has been floundering for a while, and they bring him back. Coincidence? I think not. And it's sad, because I can't stress how much I love looter shooters. I love ARPGs. I love anything where I get just tons of loot, and I can sift through and pick apart every weapon and be like, is this the best option? Does this go with my build? Am I styling and profiling while I'm wearing this helmet? I love it. But man, I've never seen a studio fumble this badly. You can say, oh, Crystal Dynamics fumbled the Avengers. Yeah, but they fumbled it out the gate. They didn't have a lot to stand on off the rip. Outriders, I still don't really know how Outriders fumbled it. I think it was just production costs got out of hand. So I don't really consider what they did a fumble. Hell, they did a lot better than Destiny in terms of class design. And weapons. God, their guns look so good. The armor's a little too fantasy for me. But, you know what? If that's the biggest complaint I have, then that game is fine and dandy. But just... How do you have essentially the entire looter shooter market buy the short and curlies and still screw it up? I mean, it's easy. You rely on things like nepotism, incompetence, tons of yes men. I'll always bring that up. The Glassdoor reports I have a lot of reports of people saying, like, it's a lot of yes men who are just happy to be there. And that is very damning in my eyes. But I've seen people ask the question, I have the same one, are we even going to get a third game? Because I think it's a genuine, good question. Because at this rate, I don't know if they... If this game, this DLC flops, I can imagine them being like, nah, we're out. Just dump everything into Marathon, or they'll simply wait for Marathon's release and go, hey, is this doing well? If it is, cool, then we're not going to bother with releasing a Destiny 3. Which always bugs me, because it's this idea of like, oh, well, we'll adjust to the market. My guy, the market is huge. Everything is a cycle. Even if a game, like, even if a genre itself isn't absolutely poppin', doing the best it can, there's still people. Hell, look at MMOs. MMOs have been backsliding for ages. But Final Fantasy XIV, EVE Online, WoW, they're all still running. There's still a market. It's not the old days, but also the old days everyone was just flooding the market. Everybody needed an MMO. But now it's a little more calm, and one day it could pick up. I could see the potential for free-to-play MMOs kind of having a resurgence if someone can figure out a method that doesn't screw players over horrendously. Hey, eye implant. And my seasonal mission upgraded a little more. We'll hold off. We might do that next episode or the episode after. Oh my god, how many items? Please, game, how many more pop-ups? Dear god. Heat resistance for enemies. Ooh, that's good. Shotgun poison skill hit. I need to reroll the hell out of that. That's garbage and a half. But that could be useful. We'll wait and see. That's a waste. I don't do aimed or sniper skills. New inoculator. I mean, it's jacked beyond mortal comprehension. Use booster type inoculator component. I got every type in, so I'm getting something. Kill 5 enemies with a single attack. I can do AoE. Yeah, we'll toss that bad boy in and see how it goes. Shotgun, I don't really care. A bunch of other crap. Don't really... I like Thunderbolt of Authority, but that's kind of... Building around T-Bolt of Authority is something I need to do later. That's not a early game build kind of deal, because I'm relying on trying to find the parts. -1 degree spread's not bad. But my current eye implant's really solid. We'll leave it. What's this looking? It's better. I do lose 6% HP, but range damage reduced by 4%, that's great. Reflect chance, damage bonus for channel skills, so I think some of my auto ones. Physical resist, cool. All resistance while suppression is protected, don't care, but still useful. Skills. Do the damage bonus. I don't care about the sniper's mark. bonus for salvos. It's tempting, but at this point I'm just going to start putting into critical hit chance. Because every build can do crits. It sucks when crits are disabled, but I can still kind of leverage it. I'm still 2 levels off. Oh yeah, close quarters gunnery. I was going to switch off that, I thought, to something better. Joke's on me, there is nothing better. How? How do I have nothing better? That's not bad, but that's, 31 levels away. That's not exactly next mission kind of possibilities. Let's go do another random one. That was fun. What are we looking at? Plague Vanguard, sure. I could start working on Void Shards, but I could also just get better gear. I don't know how that worked, but I'll take it. Hang on, did any of those count? Let's do a quick lightning round check. Nah, no single attacks. I think I'm gonna need like the grenade launcher for that. I've said this before, though, when it comes to Destiny. The unfortunate thing is, as much as I want that game to change and improve, what I want requires almost an entire gutting of the game. And they would never do it. Part because it's a lot of time and resources, and part because even if they did it for a brand new game, it's going to alienate more casual players. That's why I'm still holding out hope for next month. When the EVE Fan Fest comes around, I am gonna be just hyped. I'm either gonna be the happiest man on earth, absolutely bricked up, or I'm gonna be depressed. So, like every other day in my life. But, there's always hope. Which, that just reminded me, not being bricked up, but thinking about, like, first-person shooters. Friggin' EA, man. Oh my god. So EA, in their infinite wisdom, they're like, yeah, the new Battlefield's gonna be some, like, interconnected ecosystem. I'm just sitting here listening to this shareholder bit. I'm like, don't do this. One, I hate corpo speak. It absolutely drives me insane. all this synergizing and any of this corporate crap. It's terrible. It's 6 words to describe one thing that can be described in a single word normally. It's horrible. It's the most double-speak garbage ever known to man. And then they're sitting here, it's a reimagining of Battlefield. My guy, you reimagined Battlefield of 2042, and you lost your ass. Why are you doing this again? If I touch a stove and burn my hand, I don't go, huh? Maybe this time it'll be different, and put my hand right back on the burning stove. But that is exactly what they're doing. They're just going right back to the same thing that previously screwed them over. And I just don't get it. Like, to one degree, I do understand. Money. Everybody's chasing the almighty dollar. I can't fault people for that. But in that exact same vein, there are ways you do this, and there are ways you don't. And the way they're doing it, like people had said, a big problem was the specialists. Because nobody wanted specialists. It's weird when you're in a battlefield in, like, South Korea and there's conveniently 8, geriatric German women running around with medical supplies. You look at that and you're like, what is going on here? Why is this a thing? Will you guys please leave me alone? You're making my job very difficult and very annoying. But so they screwed this up before, and then they're just going back to it. And if they want to make money, this is easy. Okay, if for some reason out of the handful of viewers I get, there is an EA executive dwelling within that group, this is how you get the money. You do the normal class system, and then you just sell skins related to the class. Warface did this years ago. You want some cool, like one of them they did was a suit, I'm trying to think of a way to describe this. If you look at the promotional stuff for the Russian Ratnik armor, they had these cool, like, hexagonal plates that were divided up into triangles of, like, bullet-resistant material, and it looks super sci-fi. But they made armor for that. They made outfits. They had other skins for different things, and you could buy, maybe you just like playing medic, you could buy the medic class, or you could buy at a discount all 4. Just do that. Everybody gets to be their generic soldier while still making themselves look cool. And it works because that's what Call of Duty does. Oh, you play as Spec Gru or Core Tac, and then each side has different characters, so if you don't buy any skins for anybody in Core Tac, when you play as them, you get your generic skins. But if you buy something, you can then use that skin, and vice versa. That is so much easier than trying to make characters for especially a Battlefield game where there isn't a story mode. Like, why am I supposed to care about this French woman's sexuality when there's literally no reason to even mention it? It's completely superfluous and like, information and just not at all valuable. Even if there was a story, I don't care. The same thing happened with Apex Legends. They're like, oh, Gibraltar's gay. I'm like, cool. That doesn't do anything. It's like this is the kind of crap I don't care about. If I'm playing, a BioWare level, Mass Effect 1 or Knights of the Old Republic level RPG, yeah, give me all that information. I want to know everything. Because you get to know those characters. Hell, in the Shadow Broker DLC, you find out a bunch of information about Talizora, which was honestly really funny. Because you find out she's essentially the alien equivalent of a weeaboo, but for humans. And it's really funny, and you learn more about the character, and they become more endearing because of that. If I'm playing a first-person shooter, I don't care. I got better things to do. Like try to figure out which weapon isn't gonna screw me over. I don't know what's up with EA, man. They're another company that's just... I think they've kind of got lost in the weeds. Everybody's trying to appeal to everyone, and it doesn't work. Is there any chests down here? I saw one behind me I have to grab. Can we destroy these? No. God, just opening up with this bolter makes me excited for Space Marine. I can't wait. I need it. I'm gonna be going just like no sleep playing that game. Because I have no self-control, and that game is hopefully gonna be good. Only 4 pop-ups this time. Imagine my shock. That is actually really good. Damage bonus for AoE, perfect. Chance to slow on vulnerability, don't really care. Loot quantity, always love it. Chance to get an enrage token for each burn applied. Well, I can apply burns. And an empty socket I can put some miscellaneous bric-a-brac into. Damage per enrage token. There we go. Combo. The aim sniper skill I might have to reroll, but otherwise, solid. That is what I like to see. Everything else here is like, yeah, that's a 4 trait. It's higher quantity or quality, but it's a stun grenade. I don't really care. You can't make me use a stun grenade. More loot quantity, not bad. Deflect and reflect, though. I don't need it. Critical hit strength, shock on critical hit, HP on kill. Chance to release Thunderbolt of Authority on hit, plus 2 sockets. The sockets aren't that big a deal. Everything else, though, yeah, we'll use it. And skills, we'll just keep going down the critical hit chance line make me better. And that is all for now. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit the like button. It helps out the channel a lot. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.